Hey y'all, what's good beautiful people? It's your girl Tay and I'm here yet again with another update video. So today we're going to be talking about how one state has approved its pilot program for I guess universal basic income. We've also got some more information regarding housing vouchers, which may actually be good for those who don't have citizenship. And then we're going to be going over this $12,000 stimulus, which is not really a stimulus check, but more or less just some financial, funds that's going to be circulating in the economy. Emergency SNAP Max benefits for the month of May, and the one state that is actually approved for the month of June. And yeah, so definitely make sure you guys smash that like button, comment down below, subscribe, plus push your post notification bell button so that way anytime I upload a video, you will be notified. So jumping right into it, let's talk about what's been going on at the White House. Now, everybody is calling this stimulus, but it doesn't necessarily mean stimulus check. Now, we know that Biden is currently working on an infrastructure package, and he's trying to get bipartisan support on that package. But there is no stimulus check. There has been talk, but that's literally all it is. It's just talk. People are saying that there should be a fourth stimulus check. People are saying that there should be recurring stimulus for the next stimulus check, but it's just talk as of right now. But what we do know that has already come out. So it says it's important to note that none of these proposals are laws yet, and most of them are likely to meet opposition in the Congress on the basis of the plan's $2 trillion cost, okay? The economy is improving, vaccines are being distributed with greater efficiency, unemployment is decreasing, and the economy is doing well, okay? Now, we know, again, like I said, that this plan did not include a fourth stimulus check. Now, this is obviously disappointing to the more progressive Democrats, many of whom support another round of stimulus spending. But the rest of the plan is a checklist of what they consider to be progressive priorities. So we've got child income tax credit. We already know about that, right? It's currently at $2,000, but for the year 2021, they are supposed to be giving $3,600 for children 6 and under, which you can get starting in July at $300 a month up until December, and then you'll get the rest of that credit once you file your taxes next year, or $3,000 for children between the ages of 6 and 17, which will be paid out at $250 a month up until December of this year. Now, the rule is set to expire at the end of this year. However, Biden has proposed to extend this through the year 2025, okay? We've got free community college. It says college tuition is astonishingly expensive, and one of the senators, Bernie Sanders, who we know is very progressive and talks a lot about stimulating the economy in so many different ways. This is one of his most popular proposals during his 2016 presidential campaign, was public financing of universities. Though the cost of paying for all universities would be prohibitively expensive for the government, public financing of community college is much more modest goal, and the increased competition from free community colleges would probably decrease the cost of private universities' tuitions as well. It says today a 2-year stint at a community college costs an average of $3,600 per year, so the proposal could save families about $7,200 overall, okay? Then we've got childcare subsidies. The government currently allows some childcare related expenses such as cost of daycare or a nanny to be written off on your taxes. The American Families Plan would expand this, capping payment for daycare at 7% of the parent's income. This could be the single largest item in the plan. Okay, right now most parents spend roughly around 35% of their annual income on child related expenses, although that number includes other costs as well. All right. Then we've got pre-K. One of Biden's more interesting proposals is the idea of making pre-kindergarten education free for young children. It says the savings to families from this are expected to quantify, but since it frees parents to work, it gives them the opportunity to get paid more or to earn more. And then we have paid family leave. Biden proposes that paid family leave of $4,000 per month be instituted for 12 weeks for a total of roughly $12,000 in savings. In addition, of course, to the benefits of the parents spending time with their newborn. I actually really love that. I mean, I don't have a newborn. I don't know if I'm going to have another newborn in the future. But one thing that I can say, and I'm not working right now, so it really wouldn't matter because I have no reason to take a leave. But if I were working, I remember when I went on leave with my son, it's like, it's so difficult, and it really shouldn't be that difficult. To spend time with your newborn. You know, I was already against the amount of time that they give women to recover. If you have a if you have a regular birth with no complications, as they consider it, then they only give you, at least out here in California, they only give you 6 weeks to recover. If you have a cesarean birth, then they only give you 8 weeks to recover. Now, I know that you can get the bonding leave and all of that, and that gives you an extra 3 months or something like that. But 6 weeks to recover, I mean, our body scientifically has been proven it takes at least a year for our body to completely recover on the inside. And I just don't think that stressing us out and making us go back to work, there's just so much I really think that they need to talk about that a little bit more. Like some of these women who are up there at the Capitol, who've had children, who've gone through it, you guys need to talk about it. You know what I mean? It's okay to be career driven and all of that, but at the same time, I don't think that women should be shamed for wanting to stay home with their children after they've given birth. And I don't think that it should be we should have to do that without receiving pay. I think that they definitely need to extend that a lot further, but hey, it is what it is. Moving on. So I found this information, which I know I'm going to get some backlash in the comments because there was already a comment in there yesterday talking about how they don't appreciate, how they feel like they're giving money to illegals or whatever that may be. Look here. This is what I'm going to say about this. And I know, like I said, I'm going to get some backlash. People are people. It doesn't matter. Everybody needs help. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I feel like people get so wrapped up in what's going on with other people and what other people are getting. And to me, honestly, that just sounds like jealousy and envy. Why are you worried about what the next person is getting or not getting? You should be worrying about what you could get and how you can make your situation better for yourself and your family. Stop worrying about what the next person is getting. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? I don't have an issue with people coming over here because they're deciding to make a better life for themselves and their family. And to be quite honest, it's pretty difficult when you're coming over here as it is. That's a struggle in itself. People leave behind their families. They come over here with nothing and they're starting completely over. So, you know what I mean? I just had to say that because that just really boils my blood. But anyways, it says HUD is making housing the Housing Authority for Urban Development is making changes to housing vouchers, making it easier for immigrants or what they consider to be illegal immigrants to get assistance. Okay, it says the Department of Housing recently made some changes to its emergency housing voucher program that makes it easier for illegal immigrants to receive free housing on the taxpayer's dime. I don't like that either. Again, I mean, we pay taxes. Realistically, everybody who works, you pay taxes. That money goes to a lot of different places that I could say I wish it didn't go because it's my hard-earned money. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like you don't even know it's missing because it's money you never see. I know that's a crappy way to look at it, but that's how I look at it. It's money that never goes into my pocket. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's anything that's going to affect me per se. In the short run. Now, maybe in the long run, because again, I know I'm going to get some backlash about that. But anyways, it says the American Rescue Plan that President Biden signed in March of last year awarded $5 billion for emergency housing vouchers to be distributed to the people experiencing homelessness, victims of human trafficking, and survivors of domestic violence. The money is in addition to the more than $80 billion Congress spent for housing in the recent response to the pandemic. The vouchers can be used to pay for any housing unit where the landlord will accept them. Recipients pay 30% of their income towards rent, and the remainder is picked up by the government. Tenants who do not have an income need not pay anything. HUD earlier this month provided operating requirements for the allocation of approximately 70,000 emergency housing vouchers, which removed the requirement of providing proof of citizenship to join the program. Okay. Now, this is coming from the General Deputy Assistant Secretary for the Public and Indian Housing. He says that, or she, HUD is consequently waiving the requirement to obtain and verify Social Security documentation and documentation evidencing eligible non-citizen status before admitting the family to the EHV program. Okay, the letter says that the requirement was waived due to the difficulty individuals and families experiencing homelessness may encounter in obtaining the documentation, and also points to the challenges presented by the pandemic. Despite HUD Secretary Marcia Fudge announcing earlier this month that public housing facilities would be conducting mass vaccinations and screening. So there's a lot of homelessness going on, and I think the most important thing right now, rather than trying to worry about where people are coming from and whether they have citizenship or not, is the fact that there's a lot of people, women, men, children living on the streets right now. And I think that any effort that can be made to get those numbers decreased is amazing. I mean, I'm looking into opportunities myself. There's some really great programs that I want to start to implement, to get packages and stuff together, bundles together to go out and help. If you guys actually take the time to walk around your community and see all the things that are wrong and try to help out, you know what I mean? Instead of sitting at home being bitter, worrying about what the next person is getting, it's too much. The world, I feel like there's so much, there's enough for everybody here. There's no reason for nobody to be selfish and stingy. You know what I mean? People are born with different circumstances outside of their control. Nobody chooses to be born. You know what I mean? If you get what I'm saying. Once you're here, you're here. You have to make the best of it. You born into a poor family. You born into a rich family. You born into a situation where your parents are gone. You need to, I mean, nobody can help that. All we can do is make the choices. And most of the time, people make the best decisions that they know how to make, not thinking about this is going to affect America as a whole. So I just hate when people take it in a way that makes it seem so personal, like people coming over here from other countries is so personal to you. You know what I mean? It's not. These people are trying to make whatever choices that they feel they need to make to provide a better life and a better just overall better situation for themselves or their family. So, you know, I've always said there needs to be a whole heck of a lot more empathy in the world than there is. And the reality is that I feel like Americans are spoiled. People in the United States are spoiled, and they worry way too much about things that are not important. But anyways, moving on. So a while back, I talked to you guys about the pilot program that was going on in Los Angeles County, where they were discussing whether or not they thought it was a good idea to give $1,000 per month based off of some other test and trial, universal basic income test and trial plans that were implemented in other cities in California and other countries as well. So it was approved. It says the Los Angeles County approved a measure establishing a pilot program that will give some impoverished residents guaranteed monthly income support. The county's Board of Supervisors voted this Tuesday 4-1 to create the countrywide guaranteed income program, which will pay up to $1,000 to 1,000 residents per month for 3 years. Now, there's not information here about how those residents will be chosen. There's no application that's open and available right now. Supervisors Holly Mitchell and Sheila, I can't say her last name, Cool, who co-authored the proposal, argued that in their motion that the pandemic worsened inequality and that the county must do more to address poverty and income disparities. Okay, in passing the motion, the board declared that poverty and economic opportunity is a matter of public health in Los Angeles County, and that the economic inequality exacerbated by the economic stability, health and mental wellness, education, employment, public safety, criminal justice, and housing. Okay, so they're basically just trying to say that the fact that people have situations like I just talked about that are outside of their control, regardless of where they came from, where they were born, is definitely creating some public safety issues. You don't have money, you end up out there on the streets. They don't have access to employment because they don't have anywhere to live. They don't have anywhere to wash themselves up. They don't have nowhere to sleep. You know what I mean? It also affects your mental capacity. There's just so many things that goes along with the person who's living below the poverty line and has dropped all the way down to being homeless and out there on the street. Okay, so it says the measure directs the county CEO to create an implementation plan for the income pilot within 60 days Supervisors Hilda Solis and Janice Hahn, along with Mitchell and Cool, supported the motion. So they've got basically 2 months to come up with the other details of this plan and get it up and running. Okay, like I said, there's no information here about how they're going to choose those 1,000 residents. I do feel like it should be more, but I also feel like all the other states in the United States, period, there should be a program, a pilot program. I know we want everybody in the state to get universal basic income, but I do feel like there should be some type of program in every state across the United States that will do a select amount of people, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, however many residents. Obviously, these are going to be people that don't have income or have very limited income, and provide them with universal basic income according to the cost of living in that area. I definitely think that that's a great program. I think they need to expand on it a little bit more than what they're doing now, but it is what it is, you guys. And finally, we're going to go over emergency max SNAP benefits for the month of May. And like I said, we've got one lucky state that has already been approved for the month of June. So I'm going to give you that as well as the payout date. So listen closely. I checked it this morning, and these are the states that are currently, and territories that are currently approved. So we have Alabama, May 29th, Alaska, May 14th through the 25th. Arizona, you should have already received yours between the 1st and the 4th based off of the first initial of your last name. A through F, and then everybody else will receive theirs during regular issuance. Arkansas, May 15th, 20th, and 25th. California, June 13th. Colorado, May 9th through the 19th. Connecticut, May 13th, and all Fridays until all May applications are complete. Delaware, May 26th. DC, regular issuance. Florida, May 8th, and then staggered for households after the 7th. Georgia, May 24th, 26th, 28th, and 30th. Hawaii, June 14th. Idaho, I did not see you on the list. Illinois, May 22nd through the 30th, and then in June, starting June 7th. Indiana, May 5th through the 23rd, staggered odd days only. Iowa, May 1st through the 10th, normal issuance. Kansas, June 15th through the 24th. Kentucky, May 2nd through the 19th, regular issuance, and off of the last number of your social security number. New apps will be provided these benefits the day after approval. Louisiana, May 7th, 14th, 21st, 28th, and then June 4th. Maine, May 7th. Maryland, May all month long for Maryland. Massachusetts, June 2nd. Michigan, May 15th through the 25th. Catch up the first week in June. Mississippi, May 2nd. I didn't see anything for Minnesota. Missouri, all month long. Montana, last number of EBT card between May 4th through the 8th. I didn't see anything for Nebraska or Nevada. New Hampshire, May 6th through the 25th. New Jersey, May 1st through the 5th, normal issuance dates. New Mexico, all month long. New York City, between the dates of May 17th and 21st, May 24th through 28th, with the benefits available the very next day. And then the rest of New York State, May 11th through the 15th, and then May 18th through the 22nd. North Carolina, May 22nd through the 31st. North Dakota, it says you guys will be provided your benefits May 25th if funding is available, and since the state of emergency is no longer in, how do you say it? Your governor declared that there's no longer a state of emergency in your state. So May 25th will be the last disbursement that you get to start to phase out. So they're actually calling it transitional food stamps or transitional assistance to phase out the emergency allotment. So I don't think that you guys will be receiving emergency allotments for the next month. Okay, so for North Dakota, May 25th. Now I'll be surprised if you get benefits, and it's also dependent on if funding is available. Okay, so if everything goes well, you guys will get benefits May 25th. Ohio, May 22nd. Oklahoma, May 10th through the 15th. Oregon, May 10th, 27th, and June 6th. Oregon, again, May 10th, 27th, and June 6th. Pennsylvania, we've got a lot of dates. We've got May 15th, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, and then we've got the 22nd, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, and then July 9th. That was for Pennsylvania. Rhode Island, May 3rd. South Carolina, May 1st through the 19th, and then new applications will be provided these benefits all month long. Texas, I have May 3rd through the 7th. If you guys have something different, leave it in the comment section below. Utah, May 30th. Vermont, June 11th. Virginia, May 16th. Washington, regular issuance dates. Wisconsin, May 22nd and July 10th. Wyoming, the first letter of your last name between May 2nd and the 5th. Guam, May 21st. South Dakota, June 24th and June 30th. And then the Virgin Islands, I have May 22nd. Now for the lucky state for emergency max benefits for the month of June, the only state that has been approved is Kansas, and you will receive those benefits for the month of June in July, between July 15th and July 24th. So between July 15th through the 24th. All right. So I hope this information was in some way helpful or useful to you guys. Don't get mad at me. Don't come for me in the comments. I know you are anyway. It's cool. Everybody's got an opinion. It doesn't matter. This is just my opinion. It's not law, other than the stuff that I have provided to you guys as actual facts. You know what I mean? But on that note, again, I hope this information was in some way helpful or useful to you guys. Remember to live, love, and elevate. And I will definitely see you guys in the next video. Peace, people.